Alright guys, welcome back to the Kaiju 8 video. So we didn't make a video about it because I saw every other content creator already done it, so you lot already probably know by now, but I still want to say it. They literally dropped a player survey literally at the right time, because that is around the time, especially after like the last few days now, where people are starting to actually complain about the game. Not to say the honeymoon period's over, but you know, we got towards the end game after the first week and we start to see the problems, which was the lack of content essentially. So yeah, definitely go in there, give your concerns. And if also one of the biggest ones actually that I really want to make a video on, but there's not really too much to say about it, but you have announced or addressed the lack of the Steam version, because we're playing our games on our phone right now, where the Steam version can look obviously a lot better. It's going to be hopefully just a better port basically, and especially for content creation. But they are releasing the PC version sometime soon. They say they're in the final stage of development, and we'll have a release date announcement of the release date very soon. So you like to think that he said this is probably hopefully towards this month. Alright guys, welcome back to the Kaiju 8 video. So today, what we're going to be doing is talking about the next big update coming to the game literally in about 5 days time. So if you haven't already started preparing your account for it, then definitely is the time to do it. So when we defeated the Kaiju #1 raid boss, they confirmed the next 2 little contents dropping, or the next 3, but obviously we've already passed chapter 3 now. We're going to be getting a Fierce Battle Arena limited one, which we're going to talk about in today's video, but also late September, which I'm hoping when the PC version comes out, we're also going to be getting a raid battle. Okay, so by this point, I think most people should have kind of gotten their count up. Obviously, the big thing you lot should be doing is leveling up one main team. So I've already said it in all my videos, the best 3 characters in the game, Kaiju, Reno, and Osa Narumi. Those are basically all the 3 characters you need. You need a blunt damage dealer. That is just like the basic attribute, and since it is like the start of the game and Kaiju is the main character, they've essentially spammed a lot of the blunt attributes. Also, you're starting to see them creep up a little bit. The special attribute, which is basically characters that can apply the wind, the elemental ones basically. So Ice, for example, Reno is by far the go-to because his skills do allow him to have every single skill applies the element. But of course, the big one is the AoE from the actual ultimate. Of course, the other character that came out recently is Sagan, who has blunt and also elemental. So you can kind of think of her as a 2-for-1 essentially, right? Because you're able to, in a way, almost remove Kaiju and maybe even Reno. Not that you would want to do that anyway, but you can essentially like remove those 2 characters and have a special elemental damage dealer and someone that can also apply, you know, blunt damage. So that's kind of a 2-for-1. So she's kind of unique in that sense. It definitely does not mean you need the character. I think once again, if you already have Reno, you already have Narumi, you already have Kaiju, you're kind of fine without her. But if you did get the character, then you're pretty happy because she's probably going to be very useful in the upcoming Fierce Battle Arena. So if we're going off the assumption, it's very much like how we have right now, the Fierce Battle Arena, but, you know, a time limited one, then there's 2 ways we can kind of predict it's going to go about. One, it's definitely going to be, if anything, hopefully 15 more stages, and they're definitely going to make it so you have to bring 8 people. So you will have to bring a team of 2 basically, and this is kind of what we did. I didn't make a video defeating stage 15 because it was I think I saw a few other content creators do it, and we kind of already did a little bit of a guide using basically the exact same team from 14 or from 10 to 14. It's just the difference was I've now leveled up my characters. But you can see the team we did use. We've now started to take our legendaries or 5 stars towards level 100. I did it at level 90. The big thing in this game basically is you have to take your characters towards the actual boss level. So once you got level 90, the boss doesn't one-shot you. So a big thing I want to say you lot should be doing, and I wouldn't rush into it just yet, but you know, start preparing for it, get the resources, which is just, you know, farming your EXP manuals, which is what everyone should be doing every single day anyway, is getting your characters to level 95, because I say right now, at least right here, the highest boss you can first is level 90. And like I did say, in this game, we have that mechanic of, like Nikkei, where if you're below the boss's level or you're below the CC level, you get a massive debuff and you can't deal damage and the bosses absolutely one-shot you. But once you take your characters to the exact level you're versing, then you're completely fine. So if you are able to take every character, like your 8 squad to level 100, then you're absolutely chilling. The reason why we haven't done the 4 stars just yet is because we don't know the actual elements you need to fight. Of course, we have got ourselves covered. We have Narumi that can do slash and obviously range or blast. We have obviously Kaiju that can obviously deal the blunt damage, and we have Reno that can deal the special attribute as well. But if I'm correct here a little bit, and I hope they actually do this because it'll give me a reason to use a character, but considering that Sagan's the newest character in the game, and to be fair, one of the biggest problems I say right now in the game that we already spoke about is a reason to even summon for the characters, right? So hopefully there is content that makes probably likely Sagan a little more better, because she will be available when this new limited time comes out. So if they make it, and I hope it's not in like a predatory way where you have to have the character defeat the hardest stage. So since her skills do apply to fire one rather than a special one, I hope if anything, they make it so the bosses, you're required to bring a fire damage dealer, which obviously might make you want to summon for Sagan. But I'm saying it from the perspective that it might give us a reason to level up Tay Nakanoshima. I think I said that right. But yeah, she's our free-to-play fire damage dealer. She actually is a DPS, right? Or at least an attacker, so she meant to do some damage. So you know what? If it gives me a reason to actually use this character, I very much appreciate that one. So yeah, if they do give us a reason to actually use this character, that'd be pretty sick, because I actually wouldn't mind leveling her up. I actually do like her design a bit of this game. She is just a damage dealer, so she's not really supporting the team in any other way like how we have other 4-star characters. So she won't be your main DPS, but the main thing for this character, once again, on the assumption that they somehow make it a bit more, you know, fire-based, all she'll be doing is applying the elements, and she's got 2 ways of doing it: combat skill and ultimate. She's not an AoE character, so that's where Sagan will probably likely be a bit better. If you guys have made this far, there are over 70% of you guys that have simply not subscribed and you're watching this video. So if you can please hit that button, because I'm going to be making the best Kaiju number 8 content of 2025. But a big thing in this game a little bit is a lot of your other main characters can definitely do a lot of carrying. So for example, if we have to bring someone that can just apply fire elements, alright, so Sagan, or obviously Tay Nakanoshima, is she don't actually need to be the main damage dealer, because all you gotta do is use her to get to like the exact boss level, which I think might be 95. Currently right now in the game, the highest boss you can fight, I think, is 95. Like I said, I wouldn't rush into upgrading her right now, but you know, be prepared to maybe level her up if they make the content around Sagan, basically. But as long as she can survive and do her job by just removing plates, your other characters like your Narumi, your Reno, if you need to bring him, even my Mina or even Kaiju can do most of the carrying and probably likely kill the boss, especially with a boss fight, because at least when you get towards stage 15, which is obviously the hardest quest, they turn into boss fights rather than actual just AoE clearing. You know, all the other stages, what you're required to do is kill everyone as fast as possible. Where towards stage 15, it's not a matter of killing as fast. I mean, it is a matter of killing as fast as possible, but once you kill that actual boss, that is where it ends. So all I would need to do is apply that fire damage, remove the elements. That's really one thing I really like about this game. The elemental plate remover is removing. It's quite fun, actually. I can't lie, I actually really like it. But yeah, we spoke about it in our first battle guide. So it's kind of a little bit of a reminder. But like, the best characters and the 4-stars you should be leveling up if you haven't already done it is, of course, Akira. She's the only healer in the game, and I wouldn't say you need a healer. Like, I don't think I needed her exactly. I think you can definitely do without her. It's just, once again, when you are on the cusp of like level 90, then yeah, bring the healer can make it a little more even. But I think if I took my character to level 100, I would have easily breezed through it without the actual healer on the team. But once again, she does provide a bit of healing. And if you are bringing, I guess in this situation, at least in this particular one, Kaiju 8 who taunts, and even Sagan who taunts as well. Once again, bringing a healer that can single target heal can be very, very helpful. Especially when it comes to boss fights, right? Like, they just attack Kaiju 8 because you're taunting more reliably. So in this situation, it's kind of why we bring her. And then Mina can buff up everyone as well, at least your 2 other DPSs. Mina, the 4-star. I'd bring the 5-star just because she's the only other 5-star character I have on my team, or in this account, basically. So just, once again, more damage for her. And of course, the bottom 4 stars, we have Hoshina, who is like the best supporter because he buffs up crit chance if you got like 2 dupes or 1 dupe on the character. You know, he buffs the damage of your Narumi as well. Rhea also just flat out buffs attack as well. And if you have got Reno, then you already know he's like one of the better damage healers, while also providing the special attribute, right? The one that can apply all the different when you do need to apply the elemental characters, right? So yeah, guys, that's going to kind of wrap up today's video. Once again, make sure you start preparing. If you haven't already done Fierce Battle, you should be definitely trying to clear through it, because I would say you likely want to be able to clear through stage 15 by the time you get towards the 16th, because if you can't clear 15, because that does likely mean you won't be able to clear the new limited one, because you like to think that'll be slightly harder. But do remember, the event will be out for 2 more weeks, probably likely after the event drops, so you'll have time to clear it and prepare it anyway. But definitely keep a lookout for Tay, because I feel like she might be a bit of an MVP if they hopefully make the content around the newest character, Sagan, where you have to bring a fire damage dealer. And I do hope they make it so it is doable without the new limited character, and you can obviously get Tay leveled up, because then that'll give me a reason to use her, and yeah, that'll be probably the biggest W from the event. You can see we've got all of our 5 stars level 100. Even right now, I could take Hoshina, and if I do a bit more stamina, to level 100. But I'm not rushing towards it just yet because we don't know what the bosses are fully going to be. As long as you got your main 4 stars, to level 19, your 5 stars to level 100, you should be fine before the actual event starts. But once we see you have to take them to level 95, then that's when you'll level them up, right? Because like I did say, the big thing in this game is just matching the boss's actual levels. So, guys, thank you for watching the video. Let me know where you lot are right now in terms of your account progression. I think once that event drops and I can see what I need to level up, then I'll start taking my characters to level 100 and start working on my uni gear, because my uni part gear is a bit lacking. Not that I have to do anything right now, it's just for the sense of leveling up my characters, because everything is doable, very free to play. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and yeah.